Hi, it's Russ here, and I'm going to show you what I think is going to be an improvement. I've got this new product here called Coolcarbs, and you can see inside the engine here I've got a 1970 Dodge Charger, and we've got a 360 V8 in there, and there's an Edelbrock manifold with the Edelbrock carburetor. And this car has always performed well. We've enjoyed driving it, but it does have the problem that when the car is at speed, or I should say once it heats up and it's in the, say, 180 degrees and over range, the carburetor, from what I understand from Coolcarbs, is just as hot as the block. And the reason that the car has a hard time starting when the car is good and warm is because the heat from the block is heating up the gas in the carburetor. So you're getting that problem. So what we're going to do is I'm going to install the Coolcarb kit. So what they've sold me here is we've got the main heat deflector plate, and that, as you can see, has two layers there, or three layers. There's aluminum, and then there's this heat dissipating composite in the middle, and then another layer of aluminum. It also comes with, I've gotten 3 of these reusable, I was told, gaskets, and then there is one more spacer gasket, and this will go on top as well. So the idea with this is that the carburetor, from what they tell me at Coolcarbs, will remain 50% cooler than it will currently maintain itself now, because it's not going to heat up with the heat of the block. I've even read online recently people saying that some of the race car guys would do the same kind of thing, only they would use wood to insulate from the heat. So what I've done so far, I'm just going to put this down here ever so gently without scraping the paint. So what I've done so far is we're going to remove the 4 bolts from the carburetor, and then also I've labeled my gas lines and my vacuum lines in case I need to remove those and know which nozzle it goes on. And I've removed the linkage here for the kick down and also the throttle. So if I'm not mistaken, I should be able to just take this ever so gently. I've got this rag here to catch any gas, and we've got ourselves, okay, this is coming off very nicely. Here's the original gasket. I'm going to clean this up, and I'm going to finish cleaning up under here. It looks like we've got a little bit of the old gasket stuck there, and I'm going to make sure not to leave any behind or have it fall where it shouldn't. And we'll be back to you in just a minute. Okay, so the supplied studs that they gave me, we're going to see whether they're going to not be overly long and preclude us. And the top of them have a very nice Allen wrench affixed into it. Alright, so the next part of this job, if you go on the Coolcarbs website, and I think it's just general practice here, we're going to remove this out of there because we put that to stop debris from falling in. So we're going to start off with a gasket. The Coolcarb spacer. And we've cleaned all those flat surfaces on the bottom of the carb and the top of the manifold. We're going to use the other spacer as well. We don't have to, but it's added protection as far as the heat. And that's the application for that. Now we can simply take our Edelbrock carburetor. That looks like it's going to fit on there without any problems. Look at that. Okay, and we'll check that we don't have anything jammed underneath where it's not supposed to be. And I've also earlier measured with tape that when the hood closes, the air cleaner is going to work. And I also put some blue Loctite on the bottom here of these as well, of those studs, so they don't vibrate out. But the way they're going to be jammed in there, I don't suspect we're going to have that problem. Alright, and Coolcarbs has supplied us as well with some of these lovely nuts with the built-in washer. So without any unforeseen problems, we should be able to bolt all 4 of those down there, and we'll be back in business. If you've noticed here, we have the radiator out because we've changed the radiator to a 3-core rad. So if you're looking at this, that's why that's done. And again, to keep debris from falling inside. Alright, so we'll button this back up and be back to you in a second. And we'll tighten these up in a crisscross pattern. And we're done. Let that sit, and I'll probably try it out once we put the rad in, of course. So that's the installation of the Coolcarbs heat reflection plate on a 70 Dodge Charger with a 360 engine. And we'll see you soon.